watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Y'all, what is going on? I know we ain't spent no time together yesterday, but I did let y'all know in the community post that y'all was gonna get that video today. So here we are, as promised. Yeah, y'all, I spent half of the day today watching movies back to back, not to mention the movies that I already have in my notes that we still have to talk about. I'm way ahead of myself, like ahead of the schedule. It's just really getting on here and talking to y'all about it, but otherwise the content is really ready to go. Like, I think I'm like 2 weeks ahead, especially since we're only hanging out Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, so that keeps me ahead of schedule with all the movies that I've been watching and stuff like that. And I'm still adding to my notes, adding to the collection, so I'm in a good place with all of that. Having so much fun watching all kind of stuff that's encouraging my heart, that I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to tell y'all about, and everything like that. But yeah, that's where I'm at, how I'm doing, how y'all doing. I know the weekend is just kicking off for many of you all, which is always a good thing. I want to know what y'all up to, what y'all watching, what are you streaming, have you been to the theater so far this weekend, are you cooking or preparing to for your Thanksgiving menu? Like, you probably like, okay, we'll probably do cold cuts or whatever. I'm just doing something out there. I'm just thinking what y'all mind could possibly be. You'll probably do like cold cuts, maybe some things here and there, because you know that Thanksgiving is coming up and you may not want to cook a whole bunch of stuff right now because you already got to do that in a few days from now. So I wonder what y'all got on the menu, and please save me some. I always tell you that, save me some. But yeah, I'm just in a good place, excited to be spending this time with y'all. Love to talk to y'all about different things and characters and all these plots and all it's just it's just a good time. I've been having an amazing time. My weekend so far has kicked off very, very good, very cozy, comfortable. Still got some things that I gotta get going and get to doing and stuff like that, which may not be the most fun things in the world, but overall I'm very thankful, grateful that I've been able to do a lot of things that I've been wanting to do, that makes me happy, that's really fun for me. I'll say that. On top of the stuff in between that's not so fun, but you know, that's part of life, that's part of adulting. Doing things that just needs to be done regardless of whether it's fun at all. But yeah, y'all gotta let me know how y'all doing in the comment section, how you're feeling, what are you up to, all of that. All right, just drop it down there, please, 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 and thank you. But with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled Coins for Christmas. Now, you can find this film streaming right now on Tubi, but first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. A desperate single mother takes a job working for a retired football player. At first, they butt heads, but they soon forge a friendship as they learn about themselves and teach each other how to be better people. Doesn't that sound so sweet and cozy? And trust me, it really is. I had such an amazing time with this film. Definitely kept me engaged. It kept me like wondering. It kept me like anticipating when we're gonna get that moment when it just all comes together. Rooting for two characters to take it to the next level. Y'all know how that go and stuff. But here we meet Madison. Now, Madison is a single mommy, 2 kids, just trying to do her best, trying to keep her head above water. And it just seems like every time she turns around, it is always something is happening. We start off this film really with her getting fired, which is heartbreaking because this is happening right before the holidays and she has to get gifts for her kids. On top of, you have bills piling up. She has a ex-husband who is very a present help as far as he's still in their lives as far as being a father to his kids, but he has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of work to work on with himself and being a person of his word and different things like that. So even though him and Madison been co-parenting very, very well, there's no like bad blood between them, the things that caused their marriage to fail is still kind of floating in the air when it comes to her ex, okay? So we got to keep him in prayer as far as that go. But Madison don't have time to wait around for him, especially when she learns from the IRS that she has all of these taxes that are backed up that she has to pay, and all of this is because of her ex, and she had no idea. This is kind of hits her out of nowhere when her funds are frozen, and she does a little bit of research, calls the bank and all of that, and see like, whoa, now she can't even touch the funds that she did have. And so of course she's calling up her ex, trying to find out what in the world is going on. How did we get here? Why didn't you tell me about this? And apparently he has known for a while. He didn't want her to worry, and he was planning on taking care of it, but so far it hasn't been taken care of, okay? So that leaves Madison no choice but to run out and try to find a job as soon as possible. She still doesn't know exactly how she's going to make Christmas possible for her kids, although she's very honest with them about it, and she's going to do her best to make sure they have the best Christmas possible. She is being realistic as well with them and letting them know that they may get their gifts a little bit later. But of course she has some amazing kids who's letting her know not to worry about it. They know life is not all about presents, and this holiday isn't all about gifts and all of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, they're still kids, and they would like to have the things that they would like to have. And in their own way, they come up with a plan to pitch in to help mommy out. Of course, she doesn't know about it. Her ex doesn't know about it. So they're stepping in, doing some amazing things that you just wouldn't expect kids to do, because kids are usually a little bit more selfish. So I love that part, that they got their own little plans together, that they're working behind the scenes. And then we can focus here with Madison. Madison is looking for a job. She ends up thought her best bet, since she can't necessarily use her bank account because it is frozen at this time. Her best friend does give her an idea, like, okay, you can get like a money card, do some kind of DoorDash, some kind of ride service. I forgot the word that they use for it, but it's something along those lines, that her payment can just go straight to the card, and then she can still take care of her bills and possibly pull off Christmas for her family. So she ends up doing a whole ride share thing, and I love Madison's attitude with all of these things that are happening back to back for her, these unfortunate events. She still stays with a good attitude, has a good heart, an amazing heart, extremely patient, soft-spoken, tender, kind, all the different things that you would expect for a woman to be. She is all of these types of things. She is always a wife, even though technically she isn't a wife, but she's always that. And how she approach people and deal with people is along that same line. So you just love her. You see Madison as a person that, I can hang out with. That's my homegirl, who's going to keep it real, very honest, truthful, faithful. She's just what a person, I mean, we know no one's perfect, but she's pretty close. And that's why we just love Madison, and we want her to win. We love her from the very beginning of this film. And it just gets up a notch and more as the film progresses. And then on the other end, we meet Alec. Now, Alec is the total opposite. He is living in a total different world than Madison. He used to play football, so he has quite a few funds in his account. But at the same time, life is starting to hit him, and he has to kind of like pivot to do something else that still involves sports. But at the same time, his money is getting a little bit tight, and he doesn't necessarily know how to deal with that, because he's used to a particular lifestyle. He's used to being in the spotlight. He used to be all the yes men and yes women around him, and that is his world. But at the same time, his manager is letting him know they have to be realistic. He needs to find something right away. He needs to start to back up on these bills, cut some things off if they're not necessary to have in his life. He needs to have a budget now. He can't live this extravagant life, even though he's still, in a sense, still kind of living that way. But yeah, that's with Alec. And Alec has an attitude that you would expect most people with money to have. Everything is about them. He's selfish. He only sees himself and his world. He has been named mean here and all kind of stuff. But when his world collides with Madison, because Madison becomes his private driver, his eyes start to open a little bit because he start to see that his true reflection. Madison is holding up that mirror to him to let him know who he really is and who God expects him to be. And her kindness totally breaks through that icy cold heart of his, and we start to see a different Alec, you know, as the film really gets in there. And so we got all of that going on, and it's truly like the synopsis said, trying to teach each other how to be better people. Even Madison, as perfect as she is, she has some work to be done on herself that truly Alec sees and points out. And it's so amazing to see themselves, both of them holding a mirror up to each other. And it's amazing, the sweet romance that is playing out here. You see it there. They kind of teasing us with it. I'm gonna say that they teasing us with it because we don't necessarily see what we would love to see, how we would love to see it play out. It kind of mostly goes on, which I do appreciate. I have to say that as much as I am a hopeful romantic, I do appreciate when we have films kind of shine more light on family and values and integrity and focusing more on morals and standards and the things that would make us better people, like in the eyes of God, how God truly does see his son and would love to see us as, you know, it's more on that than the actual romance that's kind of playing out in the background. Like I said, it's teasing us and we know it's coming, we know, we see the sparks, right? But it's focusing more on, like I said, making the world a better place and being better people in this kind of crazy mixed up world. So I do enjoy that. And on top of, you do get that little holiday theme in the back, playing in the back, because Christmas is along the way and all of these kind of things. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be sweet, and it's definitely cozy. And once again, this film is titled Coins for Christmas. You can find it streaming right now on Tubi. Before I leave y'all for the day, y'all know I have to share scripture with you all. And it's a ringing scripture in this film. It is one of the climax in this film when Madison really goes in on Alec and letting him know what it really is, all right? So we're coming out of Luke chapter 12, verse 48. And it reads, "But he who did not know, yet committed things deserving of stripes, shall be beaten with few. For everyone to whom much is given, from him much will be required. And to whom much has been committed, of him they will ask the more." So that's all I have for y'all for this video. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.